and fully costumed actors and all the decor, so that they can do, this is a kind of a theater term, but they can suspend disbelief, meaning that they step into this other world. And here they are, and they can forget about everything. And some of the kids that come on the bus, they need to forget about it, right? And so they can forget about everything else, and they get locked in. And so this is why everything that we do points to the altar call, but this is why we use skits and drama, and why we feel like it's important for the way that we do it. Okay, so I'm going to go over a few types of skits and drama. And so I think one of the simpler forms is like a two-person skit, or you can even do a one-person monologue, or use a puppet or something like that with yourself. But so try using skits for some, the next blank there. Try using some skits, or using a skit segments in your Sunday school. So just last week we had a segment that was it was offering. And we didn't have any detail around the offering. We didn't have any kind of script. It was just a bullet point. It was just offering. And so what we came up with just in the practice is we had this really nerdy accountant come out. And it's funny because it's so not him. But he comes out and he's got his glasses on crooked, and he's got this like lab coat on, and it's buttoned. I help him button it all crooked, And so we made this paper that, like, we just folded it, accordion. We're just doing this back live, while this goes going. And it had all these words on, like sing and pray. And anyway, so he's talking about how he did this whole algorithm and mathematical formula. And this is just him by himself. And he did this algorithm, mathematical formula, and he's asking the kids, you know what a squared plus b squared equals? And, of course, they don't. And so, but they thought it was funny how he's acting. And so he's talking about finding ways to worship God. So they go through, and the kids are offering different ones, and then he finally gets to, like, we can give offering. Giving offering is a way to worship God. So it's really done, and it's 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute segment, so it's really quick. But it was a little one-person skit. And so then on the other hand, we do skits sometimes where we'll have 5 actors out there doing all kinds of things, Okay, next one is the 2-person skit can help get a point across. So one example is I did one not too long ago on baptism. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I'm losing my voice. So we had two of our staff were these quote kids, and they're sitting up on stage, and I don't know if it was like Billy and Susie, but Bill doesn't apply to everybody, but hopefully you can get something out of it. So we run 10 staff on a Sunday. We have a staff roll of 30-something people that we rotate through, but we run 10 staff, and we have various roles that have to be done. There's backstage costumes and props, and then there's sound, and there's AV and all that kind of thing. But we do often, and most often night, but we do full-on drama, and so we'll have stories. We recently did a pirate ship not too long ago. We did a pirate theme, and so it has a continuous storyline. And if you use action curriculum, there's some of this idea in that. But we do I'll just give you a really quick rundown. The pirates one was there's William is a main character. He's a kid that always had wanted to be in the Navy, and so he's about to join the Navy. And we had a Navy ship there, so we would switch the decor on the ship or on the Navy, but then the pirates are coming, and so he goes and hides instead of getting on the ship. And so we all take off and leave, and we're like, oh, where's William? Well, William gets kidnapped by the pirates. And the whole theme is 16 weeks, takes place mostly with William on the pirate ship. Then eventually it goes back and forth, pirate ship, Navy ship, pirate ship, Navy ship. And eventually there's a big mutiny, and anyway, there's a big ending. William is rescued and all of that. So that's kind of how we do it, and we have this continuous storyline. So when kids are coming that are just coming regularly, they're expecting, like, oh, what's going to happen to William today? Or what happened, last week? So we'll often leave cliffhangers. And what this does is kids that come on the bus, they want to. In fact, we had a family in our church that had planned a camping trip, and it went through Sunday. They came back early because their kids whined and begged so much that they didn't want a Sunday school, so they came back from their camping trip early, cut it short so that they could be in Sunday school because they wanted to see what would happen next. That's the power of drama. And so not everybody has the capabilities or the staffing. It just depends on the size, but this is what we do and what works for us. And so I'm always wanting to take it further. I always want to take it more and do bigger and more drama